Right, so let's just go with something like this. Hi friends, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's got some really interesting stuff on the go at the minute. Really strong trend towards the top side, taking out our all-time highs. We are looking up towards our target that we already spoke about, 2,250 bucks. If that's where you're just happy to look, if that's all you want from the video, then cool, that's take profit in around about that area. However, there's some real stuff that you might want to know about here. Really interesting stuff coming up. I dare say, you can even see it there. Quick sort of spoiler alert on the chart, just there. Right, so as intros go, I'll take this opportunity to say please hit like on the video. Really do appreciate it when people do that. This, of course, is a live stream that I'm running right now, so if you want to join me and get interactive TA sometime, then absolutely do that. Thanks so much for joining me right now. My name's Rocky Outcrop. Introduce me to your friends. A friend of yours is a friend of mine. Can't wait to meet them. Let's grow the channel, and thanks so much. So, well, the easiest way to look at this right now is to say that we're in an upward trend. It's very strong. Who knows when it'll end? Let's hope that it keeps on going. Everything's looking pretty good. Let's express that with a sort of with something beyond just my words, and say, well, here in the 4-hour time frame, we're tracing the Bollinger Band towards the top side, seeing exactly what you want to see for a very strong upward movement. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's just bear those words in mind though that I just said just there now. Very strong upward movement. Lovely jubbly. Let's just check in with that. We're past our previous highs. Great. Volume not really kicking in hugely. Have we got divergence here in the RSI? No, we don't. So that's very good. Excellent. So tempting enough to say very strong upward trend. No divergence on the RSI, looking good. You know, the stochastics looking good. Actually, those things start to kind of evolve here. Maybe this is a little bit bearish divergent. Maybe we have got a little bit of a cross potential coming in for us just here. Maybe the MACD is showing us that there's actually this divergence here. Maybe we have actually moved towards the top side in such a way without significant enough pullbacks down the way throughout this period that there's a degree of sort of fragility built into the market here with regards to the amount of stop hunts that could be built up across this movement. Maybe that's what's going on right now. Interesting stuff, Rocky. Glad you said it. Well, yeah, because we come up towards the overbought territory here in the RSI, and we have dropped back down a little bit at the minute. Things could start to look a little bit interesting for us. Then, therefore, maybe we could be thinking to ourselves, well, hey, maybe at some point we do need to come back down and retest this moving average here. That brings us all the way back down to $19.22. In fact, maybe even we come down and visit the lower end of it down there at 1767. Well, and would any of that change the overall upward trend that we've had here? Absolutely not. You can see market structure wise, higher highs, higher lows. What is this? This here is our low. This here's our high. What was this in between? Well, it was a head and shoulders that happened with a big full play out from it. Full head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, full play out from it, and all within this consolidation zone, you could say. But the overall trend, high, low, higher high. This in between is the flux along the way. Going up towards the 24-hour time frame, you can see that this is, of course, the flux along the way. Actually, probably push this up and promote it up towards like the weekly time frame or something like that, and then like, I don't know, whatever, you got the point, right? and then, so how could we make it down the way, right? That's what we tuned in to find out. How could we do it? What could happen? Well, actually, there's quite a few things. Let's bring the drawings back on, and as you saw here, we did have a previous area of consolidation that we spent a lot of time in, and that's where you'd hope to find that support. This is what makes it easiest to trade in this area, is because, of course, we know that there's a historical support and resistance in there at 1750, giving you the best sort of buy area. Now, this is the best buy price for you, and that would be your best measured move, and that would be a full 5-to-1. Let's be honest, we did actually get this trade the other day, and we did just take profit on it. This is also, you know, coming from the point of view of like, this just happened for a lot of us. We did speak about this on the channel, and this is obviously now played out. So what could we be looking at from two different ways? Well, you know, first off, you know, what you want to be doing is selling resistance and buying support. Perfect opportunity to do that right here between these two areas. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, of course, you know, there's the potential for this to all play out along that way. Is there your next best buy entries? You know, your best buy entry at the minute is going to be somewhere between 1950 and 1850. If that pushes on past that, then 1750 is where you could manage your risk at, and around about saying, well, that's the last place I'll be buying at. And then, of course, if we push down past sort of 1680, then you could say, I'm going to just reluctantly let go of that position and wait to see how things plan out from that point onwards. Looking at the MACD, that ties in. A crossover at this point could bring us down a wee bit. We'll also be looking, you know, in terms of these things, are we in a wedge type formation? position, and have we got much to go? You know, if you have looking for a bullish sort of break of these things, then where can we go? Is it possible to go on up past it? Well, you wouldn't get the full measured move, obviously, because that would take you up way beyond the scope of the actual thing itself. But looking back in the past, could we come up here? Yeah, we could. And what would it look like? Well, it would be extremely significant, and that would make sense when you think about where we are right now. Well, we're at the top of the market, you know, this is all-time highs. So if we did push on and go for that target that I spoke about at the start of the show, 225 up to sort of 250 area, whatever, then that's your next target for right now. You're obviously, your next target after that is 2,500 at the 1618 that we spoke about. But like I say, you know, in a sense, it's regrettable that you didn't watch the show the other day, etc., and move on with this move that we've had towards the top side. However, we have identified this as a profit-taking target. How are we going to respond to that? Well, we're going to acknowledge where your next best buy entry would be. This would be swing trading on a smaller time frame. You know, for instance, the 4-hour time frame swing trades would take you back down to there, and that would make perfect sense overall. Okay, Fibonacci wise, it also adds up. So you've got Fibonacci, moving averages. Oh, the moving averages aren't on, but we talked. But here, look, moving averages. Boom, there you have it. Test of the 50 and the 200 on the 4-hour time frame would take you down towards that zone. Right, cool, excellent stuff. See you in the next one on that front. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. So right 7 concurrent viewers, getting worse here. Amazing. Cool, moving on then. So $31.22 on Chainlink. Fantastic. It's done exactly everything that we spoke about again.